Hello, my name is Samuel Warwick. I have autism. The entertainment industry has been a huge part of my childhood. So by being inspired to see other entertainment podcasters interviewing other people from television shows, I decided to do one myself. To know about some funny behind the scenes, bloopers, and some stuff that we probably didn't know about while they were making the certain type of show. This is Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. Let's go to the podcast now. Alright, hello there everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel Warwick. I am your host as always, Samuel Warwick, and actually I have a very special co-host with me. I have Jimmy Hayden along with me. How you doing today, Jimmy?
I am doing quite fine, thank you for asking, and I am very excited for our very special guest tonight.
Yes, I am too. So this dude has voice acted in a lot of television from my childhood. He has done some stuff from CW4 all the way to PBS, and I don't know what else. Maybe Cartoon Network, maybe, you know, Nickelodeon or Disney. I don't know what else he's done. But yeah, I am very, very, very awesome to have this person with me, and I've actually been playing him since childhood. And I'm here to announce that we have none other than my second voice actor on here. We have Marc Thompson with us. Hello, how you doing today?
Hey,
well, this
I'm
evening.
Doing great.
Man, this is amazing.
Oh, cool. I'm excited to be
I've never
with you
mentioned
guys.
this before, but I've always had a strong soft spot in my heart for 4Kids Entertainment. And Marc Thompson, you are one of the biggest reasons why.
Yeah.
Yeah. just so you all know, the reason why I'm interviewing him is that he was the commander of Shadow the Hedgehog, and he also played Shark, Bee, Turtle, and Robot from Word World.
Nice. Yes.
Well,
all right.
That's my childhood.
But if you guys have been watching Jay's reviews as of late, you would know that Marc Thompson was also a lead role in the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series as the one and only Casey Jones.
That's right. We're gonna bust the purple dragon heads, Goongala.
All right. Well, first of all I gotta ask is, what inspired you to get into voice acting, or acting in general?
Well, I think first of all, thank you guys for having me. It's very cool. I'm excited about your enthusiasm. I was one of those kids in school that I wasn't super athletic, and I wasn't like super smart, but I found like a niche or something I was good at in theater, and I had some really great theater teachers and English and music teachers that really encouraged me to try out for the school play and try out for the speech and debate team. And my mom was kind of noticed early on that was something I really enjoyed doing, and she would even early on would take me to like improv classes and acting classes and things like that, and I really, really enjoyed it. And found like it was something I could do reasonably well. And then I kind of had the path that a lot of people probably have, is I just was in choir and was in the school plays and stuff like that, and one thing just kind of led to another, and eventually I decided to give it a go in college, and I came to New York City to study acting at NYU. And voiceover is kind of weird because I fell into it. Like I remember for a while I wanted to be an animator, actually, because like I was fascinated by cartoons, and I was really into seeing how they drew them and kind of made them into moving pictures and stuff. But I quickly gave that up because I realized I wasn't a very good artist. Like I wasn't a very good illustrator. So but I one of my, like around my sophomore year, I think, excuse me, at NYU, there was a posting on a corkboard for a cartoon about vampires, And this was like before the internet or anything like that. And the way you auditioned was you called a voicemail number and just left a random, you know, voicemail on an answering machine.
Yes.
And I, you know, since I knew it was about vampires, I was like, you know, hello, I would like to be on your cartoon. And I did like an Igor voice.
Nice.
And that was enough to kind of get me in the door. And then that show didn't go into production, but they were doing another one.
Wow.
That was a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead called Daria.
Oh.
That was like my first ever voiceover job, first ever big break.
Wow.
And then that kind of just, you know,
Yeah.
once I got that, I started getting, you know, recommended to people, and kind of it snowballed and stuff. So, and then I really loved it. Like I always kind of mimicked things growing up, or like, you know, played around with doing different voices and stuff. So in one sense, I'd been preparing for that for a while, but it's really something I fell into. Like I didn't set out to be a voice actor. I wanted to be an actor, and then I just kind of fell into voice acting.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing, you know, most of the time, you know, you just follow whatever you do, and then sometimes, you know, whenever it pops in, you know, maybe you'll see, like, another type of celebrities, because, honestly, seeing behind the scenes of, you know, other things like shows and movies, I saw celebrities doing this. I'm like, oh my gosh, wow, how do they get into this? And that's because, you know, people, they look into it, and it's like, you know, they look into other shows, and then they, you know, they say, well, that's the person who I want.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, your introduction story is a lot longer than what I've had, than what I've had. So, from the other guests, I haven't had very many guests introduce longer stories. But, yeah.
Oh.
But, yeah, anyway, how did you get the role to be the commander for Shadow?
I believe that one's a long time ago, and I honestly don't remember too much about it, but I think it was one of the shows, like that. Well, yeah, it was one of the shows, and then kind of video game tie-ins that was happening over at 4Kids.
Mm-hmm.
And what was great about working at 4Kids during that time was they were producing 4, 5, 6 shows at a time at any given time. So like, if you were working on one of those shows, chances are you would get a chance to audition for one of the other ones, and the directors would kind of say, oh, you got to use this guy, or you got to use this girl. And so if you worked on one of those shows, you probably got to work on a bunch of the other ones as well. So that the commander was one of the voices that I got to do, basically because I was in the 4Kids talent pool, and it got passed around, and luckily got to do that. So.
Yes. So actually, I actually do have the game here. I do have the game here. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. It's for GameCube. It's kind of in bad condition because it got wet a few, maybe you know, a few years ago. It got like wet or something. And but yeah, I do have the GameCube copy of the game. So I've actually been playing the GameCube game since like 2010. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think I planned on getting it for like maybe PlayStation 2 when my church had one, but I just was like, I don't think it would be very suitable for church since it's like Call of Duty and all that.
Yeah,
right.
And from what I've heard, the PlayStation 2 version is like the worst of them all.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever own a copy of the game?
No.
Well,
no, me neither. Yeah, like I had a GameCube, but I didn't. I never got into that one.
I mean, how was it like to work with Jason? Like Jason Griffith. You know, let's see. You know, Jason Griffith, who was the actual voice of Sonic and Shadow.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, he's super nice. Like he's a really great guy. Unfortunately, with a lot of those shows, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the exception, but for a lot of those shows, we were always recording individually, so I didn't really get to like record with them. Yeah.
It was the only show. See, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a standout exception to this, and I know this because I watched Jay's Review's video on this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the only show where they actually got to record as a group and not just individually in a booth.
It's what, you know, I had another Sonic voice actor here. His name is Pete Capella. Do you know him at all? Like, he voiced Silver the Hedgehog.
I don't know him very well. Like his name sounds familiar, but I'm not remembering.
Yeah, he told me that they just did it one at a time. And you actually had Sheen Schimmel, who actually did the voice. You had Sheen Schimmel, who actually was in one of the Dragon Ball. My brother's a huge Dragon Ball fan.
Yes,
and he actually did.
Hilarious.
Yes, Sheen Schimmel. Yeah, he did some stuff for Dragon Ball, and he voiced Black Doom. And I'm like, oh my! When I found out that Sheen Schimmel actually did the voice of Black Doom, I'm like, dang, that's his voice.
I'm like,
yeah, he's incredible.
Is that I didn't know whether to whiten my watch or to lose myself, because I don't know how Sean Schemmel could do a voice like that without blowing his throat out.
Yeah. He has some stories about causing a little damage here and there. So he's awesome.
I've heard that he's caused some damage here and there. But yeah, and I actually looked at the map of the studio, and it actually looks really, really cool. The map of the studio looks really cool. Cool. I saw it on Google Maps. It looks really, really cool. But yeah, it's really cool that you got to do all these voices. Did you play more than one voice from Shadow? Did you do more than one voice, or did you?
I honestly don't remember for that show. I didn't work on that show very often. I think I did do more than one voice, but I can't remember because a lot of times there's characters that will pop up in one episode or one.
I don't know who did the president though. I'm trying to think who did the president. His voice sounds familiar though. When I played it sounded familiar, but every time but one of my favorite bosses to do, when Shadow's evil, he gets to play versus Sonic, and he has a Diabolon. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. I really enjoyed that a lot. Yeah. I enjoyed playing that a lot. The music is really great. Jun Sonori is probably one of the best composers of Sonic the Hedgehog that you will probably ever listen to.
Oh, wow.
I love the music.
About that.
I love the music. But yeah, since we're already talking about Shadow, we now let's go into Word World, because you actually played a ton of characters in Word World. Word World's another part of my childhood that I just loved, because we had I interviewed maybe one person on actually a few people on PBS from PBS. We had somebody from Fetch on the show not too long ago, and I think we had somebody from a show that's probably underrated from Florida. It was filmed at MGM, so we've had him. So, how did you get the role to do Word World?
Oh, wow. Well, I was excited to hear that you're a fan of Word World, because I haven't met too many people that are familiar with it. I loved that show.
Yeah. How many people have mentioned you about the Commander of Shadow? Because I've been looking at your interviews on YouTube, and I haven't heard them mention you about any of these two shows, the Commander.
Yeah, no, you picked two that I've never met anyone to ask me about Commander and Word World. My cousin brought it up a couple weeks ago, but I very rarely hear anyone that is familiar with Word World.
Okay, because I actually was watching one episode before we got started with this, so I had to do my research so I could get ready for this.
Yeah.
But how was it like to work with Word World? Because you actually had somebody from the Henson who did the Muppeteering. You had somebody there. His name was Tyler Bunch, but his name was HD Quinn secretly.
Yeah, not only that. A lot of people don't know this. There's this man on the Wikipedia guide named George Bailey, and I listened to the voices he did, and I found out that it's actually a pseudonym for Peter Linz.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Peter Linz! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Yeah. A lot of the Muppeteers didn't want you to know. Didn't want you to know it was them doing it. But how was it like to work with the Henson people on this show? How was that?
Oh well, I mean, Tyler's amazing. He's incredibly talented. Yeah. And just has this huge treasure trove of voices that he can do, and he's so funny and really kind. And
because Tyler's a huge part of
him.
There's a reason. There's a reason that they had him on Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler's another one of my childhood. He's been in Bear in the Big Blue House. He's been in Sesame Street.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's done quite a bit, and so has Peter.
Yep. Yeah, no, they're extremely talented. They're I see them all the time.
Yeah, I actually met Peter Lines back when they did the Between the Lions tour in like 2010 in Colombia.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, they were doing the Between the Lions tour, and I actually met him alongside with maybe Pam. Pam Marciero. I can't really tell their name, but they did a lot of things. We're gonna be having some Henson people on this podcast.
Oh man.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I'm excited to be interviewed. But how was it like to work with Word World? How was it like there? Like you said before.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Like it was really fun to, the characters were really sweet and they're really funny, and like I liked kind of the educational aspect of it, and so I really had a great time on that show, and the directing was really fun.
Yeah, what Word World character would have to be the favorite that you played? Because so far, I kind of like Shark.
Yeah, no, he would be mine as well.
Oh, yeah, because Shark's probably your most character Shark's the most character that you've played.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he's like, because Robot, he had to talk like this, so it wasn't really much of an impression. Robot was kind of a rare thing, and I heard you did Turtle, and Turtle had this low voice. He was like I was watching it was the one with like the sandcastle. I was watching that one earlier today, just a little while ago, and he was like, "Nope, maybe the wave took it."
Yeah,
I'm like,
pretty good.
Yeah. You like my impression of that?
Yeah.
Impression of, and I can do Shark, like I could do like Shark too. I wonder where my friend Duck is.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't worry. We don't worry. We ought to get you and Tyler back in here, so you and Shark, because Duck and Shark are best friends. So we ought to bring you guys back in here together.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't really like to go snooping around people's DMs. I'd rather email people than snoop like through their social media. Because I don't want to think that I don't really want to feel like that I'm stalking them in any way, shape, or form. It just makes me uncomfortable to do that.
Yeah.
So that's why I just don't like to really do that. So I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
As much fun as World World is, and I won't deny, I've had a lot of fun watching this show in my heyday. You can't really talk about any voice actor from the New York City area without talking about Pokemon. It's too influential.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, I didn't really have that many questions going into this, and that's mainly because I previously watched another interview that you did with the Cartoon Gamer.
Oh, okay.
Here's like a strange oddball question that has been zooming around my head. So, as many of you guys know, and if you don't, you're about to know this, one of my personal favorite Pokemon that Marc Thompson played was Ash's Noibat. And see, here's where things get weird, because on the episode that he evolved, they used the original Japanese voice actor, but in every single episode past that, they had Marc Thompson do Ash's now evolved Noivern. So what I want to know is, what happened? Was there like a voice director change? Were the voice clips not working with what they were doing?
Honestly, I don't know. Like I think every once in a while they make decisions to whether or not they're going to use, because isn't Pikachu's only the Japanese? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I think like every once in a while, I think they make decisions like that. But they don't usually give me the reasoning. I just show up one day and they say, here's the monsters we want you to do this time. So I kind of get a list of ones that they want me to do, and then I just do it,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I mean,
no, yeah.
Of course.
Everybody knows that you're currently voicing Ash's Gengar. And
Oh, yeah.
you're doing a bang-up job at that, I might add.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is fun. You know, this is ought to be one of my favorite podcasts that I'll have a great memory of. You know,
Oh, good.
you know, because I have not had a lot, like, I haven't had a lot of podcasters, you know, really, you know, talk enthusiastic of this, but, also, Veronica Taylor, I believe is her name, yeah, she was also Sheep, she also was Sheep from World War as well, yeah, she did a lot of stuff for 4Kids, dude. Do you know if she did anything for Sonic? I don't know if she did or not.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if she did, though. Like, 'cause she was also...
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I know for a fact that she did something for Kirby Right Back At
Oh,
You.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
She and I did a play together, and we played mosquitoes that, you know, fell in love with each other.
Wow.
So that was pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I had to get her. I had to get her on the podcast.
Oh my God! I just realized something that comes full circle. You got two you and Veronica did two mosquitoes that fell in love with each other, and in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, y'all did a lot of stuff together. You did a lot of crap together. That's
hilarious.
awesome.
That's very funny.
You did a lot of stuff together. I gotta say, you must have had a great, you know, reputation of acting. You must have had a great time doing it. I gotta say.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, you know, I've been practicing some voice acting myself. So I do have a friend. His name is Michael Ruffins. Shout out to actually him. He's actually doing his own series, and I'm actually voicing in that. And
nice.
Yeah, and I'm actually doing some fan dubs of, like, you know, Thomas. I'm a huge Thomas fan of Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm a huge fan of that.
You're not gonna find many people that are as big a Thomas fan as this guy.
Yeah, I'm a huge Thomas fan, and I'll tell you, somebody from the fan base, somebody who is into, like, you know, the music of, like, the composers, like somebody that's into like sound design and like that. I'm into sound engineering too. So, you know, somebody actually ripped the DVD and they found it in like surround and 5-point surround, and they discovered that there's an actual dubbing track inside all those season 5 Thomases. It was the one that Alec Baldwin narrated for Our Country.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, that is just
the closest
really cool.
I ever got to Thomas is there was a toy commercial, and I did a voiceover for a Thomas toy commercial once.
Oh really? Wow! Wow, that's awesome. Wow, wow. What year was this?
I mean, it was a while. It was like easily 10 years ago, so I don't remember the name of the toy.
Thomas,
or anything,
you did a Thomas toy commercial. Was it from like Toys R Us or whatever?
No, it was advertising the toy itself, and it was like, you know, it was I think it was a play set that the trains go on, and it had like a bridge that shook or something.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to think. Was it like Misty Island or something?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, a lot of Thomas fans hated that movie. They did Misty Island Rescue. A lot of Thomas fans hated that because
that wasn't me.
Because they didn't like how the way, you know. Have you met any people from Thomas at all? I would love to try to get them on my podcast. No. I don't think so. I don't think so.
You're sorry, dude.
but yeah, just a lot of New York people, like a lot of people that did Thomas were actually from New York. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think a lot of our U.S. narrators were from New York. So.
Oh, okay.
That's really that is just really cool. But just let's see. You know, I would like to have a little bit of some fun. I actually want to see if you still got some impressions to do some characters.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's see. What could we do on the docket?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, wait a minute. I got one. This is a very oddball one to choose. But how about one of your voices from Shaman King?
Oh wow. Oh man. Okay, let me see. I don't remember the name, but I remember,
You must learn the power of the shaman I am here.
Oh, yes!
Me, son.
Yes! Yes! Alright, can you try to act like the commander? I just love him. I love him, but yeah.
Oh, I can try, yeah.
Yeah, what if Shadow was here right now, and, you know, the commander was here?
You're talking to the wrong guy. I could never do a Shadow impression for my life.
Yeah. Shadow, you need to follow orders, or I'm gonna take you down. Get out there and get those rigs. Find Sonic.
Oh snap! Oh snap! Oh snap! Oh snap! Shadow, you better Shadow. Yeah, and if Jason was here, he would be like, he would try to act like Shadow. He would like, oh yes, sir. I promise, I'll do whatever I can. But yeah. One of my favorite lines is when you were like defeating, he would say, "Hold still, you devil." That's my favorite. That's like one of my favorite lines.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, just playing it, just defeating. But yeah.
But if I could bring Shaman King back into the mix, because I know it's still fresh in everybody's minds, mainly because of the reboot that Netflix did. Something that shocked the hell out of everybody is that they got as many of the 4 Kids voice actors back as they could, including you.
Yeah. No, I was super psyched. I was super surprised by that, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is great." You know, is it actually because of like confidentiality stuff? You know, they offered me this role, but they didn't tell me like what the show was. And it had a code name, so like I was kind of like doing the session like right up until I recorded my first line. I thought I was doing a voice on a totally different show, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is Shaman King? Like they're doing a sequel to Shaman King? And I was like so like surprised and like pleasantly surprised. It was great because that was a lot of fun, and that was one of the first 4 Kids shows I got to do, and I really liked that one. So it was fun to see it come back.
Also, you can't deny it. The theme song absolutely slams.
Yeah.
It does. You know, so,
you can thank Julian Harris for that. You can thank him for that.
Yeah, and also Billy Strace, who did a lot of composing for other shows. He did stuff from Little Einsteins, and he did some stuff for like Gullah Gullah Island and all that. Yeah, he did the theme to Word World.
Oh wow!
I looked at the credit. Cool. I looked at the credits, and I actually looked at the recording studio, and like it was like Beach Street Productions is where you guys actually did the recording of it, and it actually takes place at like a little restaurant or whatever it is, like there's a little restaurant downstairs. How would like
yes.
Like how would you guys get up there? How would you guys get up there?
So you have to walk through the lobby, and then there's like you walk through the lobby of the restaurant, and then there's an elevator in the back.
Oh yeah, there's like an elevator back where like they work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like
an
elevator.
outdoor cafe right next to it.
Really? Oh really? Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm a big elevator fan. You know, I'm actually an elevator fan too. One of my favorite brands is actually ThyssenKrupp, Schindler, and then Otis. Those are my top 3 favorite elevator brands. What do you remember the exact brand it was? Because if I go back to New York City, I might take a ride on it.
That'd be cool, yeah.
I might.
I don't pay attention. I'd have to look that up.
Because I went to New York City like in 2019, and like 2019 with some of my friends from like band. Honestly, it would have been a much better experience if I didn't go with them because they were kind of bossy and kind of stuck up.
Okay.
So yeah, band users, if you're watching this, I hope that you guys understand that you were being very stuck up, and you guys need to understand that it's my freedom and my right. I'm an adult. Ha ha ha.
Whoa. Okay. Let's take a breather there, man. Speaking of Word World, I just found this out. The main music was co-composed by Nick Balaban.
Yes.
Who is actually one of the 2 composers of Blue's Clues.
Yes.
Oh wow! I didn't know any of this. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love the music. What's one of your favorite Word World episodes? I gotta know.
it's so I have a really bad memory when it comes to this stuff. So like I and like, you know, we record them and then it takes like honestly about a year and a half sometimes to kind of get the final thing together. So I haven't you know, I record my lines and I kind of read, you know, what's going on, but so I really have a hard time remembering the episode titles or the episode things, or, you know, I googled something on before this to make sure I remembered, but I saw one about shark loses a tooth or something. So.
Oh my god, I remember that episode. I remember that episode. Oh my god.
I can't say that I blame you for forgetting them. This was a CGI series that was made by Crest Animation.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And that was a company that was actually disbanded, but just a few years after Word World ended.
Yeah, it was disbanded.
That's a bummer, yeah.
But Word World was actually a production by the Learning Box. This is another New York-based thing. So.
Okay.
I think so. But yeah.
But I will tell you this. One of the movies that Crest was going to make that shipped over to a place called Splash Entertainment was the now infamously infamous Norm of the North.
Oh wow!
Wait, why do I know that? Norm of the North.
Because it's one of the worst animated movies of the 2010s.
Oh wow! Okay. Hope I wasn't in it. No.
I mean, to be honest, I used to watch a lot of Word World, and I played a lot of Shadow around that time too. I watched a lot of PBS and Shadow. Actually, when I was 9 years old, I was even watching a bunch of PBS because you had, you know, Word World, you had Super Y, you had, you know, Martha Speaks, you had all those good shows, and you even had the ones that were from PBS Kids Go, like Arthur. You had Fetch. You had Fetch, which was good, and then you also had the Electric Company, which was another thing that was filmed here. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did a reboot. Did you meet anybody from there at all?
No. I remember watching the original when I was growing up.
But, yeah, but yeah, they did the Electric. Yeah, they did a reboot of the Electric Company up there in New York as well around that time.
It's amazing to see how much PBS Kids has changed in just like 11 years. Yes. We are just now about to reach the end of Arthur.
I know. That is sad.
How long was that on the air for?
Since '96.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah, they did it for over 20 years. That is just something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Taking on the Simpsons.
So yeah, all these things you guys would do. Even Shadow the Hedgehog was a year before you did anything.
Yeah.
So like it would have to be like 04 when you did the recording for the Commander, and then like 06 when you did something for Word World.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Wow, that's crazy.
If I'm correct, because you know you have had a busy life in, you know, acting. You know, I just gotta say, I am very grateful. You have worked so hard to make my childhood so great. You know, I would just you know,
thank you, appreciate it.
You know, every time I would just turn on. You know, I'm still a PBS kid to this day. I still go back and I watch. You know, I actually want to watch Word World, and I actually do miss the old Thomas and all that. You know, the model series of Thomas. I miss it because it was still going on around, you know, maybe when I was like 12, 11, but then they stopped. So, you know, it's just great.
Like PBS Kids now, it's getting to a point where they don't even have Sesame Street to fall back on because that's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. Like, what do they have left? Especially because they're getting rid of all this stuff. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what they. I don't know.
The only one at the moment, the only one that like sticks out among the rest, from what I've been hearing, is Xavier Riddle in the Secret Museum. And I saw the I Am Fred Rogers episode, and it was a beautiful episode.
Oh my God! Yes, Mr. Rogers was great.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers was
That's pretty cool.
such a great great show. Mr. Rogers was great.
Yeah.
I remember watching him too. He was sweet. It's a pity that I wish I could have met the dude. I wish I could have met the dude. It's great that I'm doing all this stuff now because I want to know some funny behind the scenes and all these things. I want to know information. I've always been curious about the exact time when these things were done and all this to now. I've always wanted to know these things. So that's why I decided to do these podcasts.
That's awesome.
There actually is another reason why I chose to be here, not just for you, but it allowed me to give my stance on what has been really going on with like New York City dubbing processes, because if you people have been taking a look, you'll realize that New York anime dubbing from 2009 isn't even close to being the same as it is today. Like, let's really think about this.
In terms of,
After the 4Kids 2011 lawsuit, anime dubbing in New York took a complete nosedive. And that's no lie. Like, even before it was taking a nosedive because Central Park Media went bankrupt in 2009. NYAV Post has been laying dormant for a few years. And most of the big name anime dubbing places, like Viz Media in particular, their New York division has pretty much evaporated, and all of them, and even Duart has just completely backed out of the anime industry entirely.
Yeah, that was sad.
It's getting to a point now, and it really sucks to know this, that as time goes on, less New York City voice actors end up getting less jobs. And that's the big reason why a lot of them are packing their bags and heading to LA.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
NYAV is still pretty active. Like, they have offices in LA and New York, and they still do a fair amount of anime. But you're right, a lot of those other places have kind of dried up. So it was so weird because, like, during its heyday, 4Kids produced so much content, and a lot of these other places did too, and so it is kind of sad that there's not as many people.
They were, even after they lost Pokemon, they still had a huge presence in the anime business. But then came the 2011 lawsuit. If you know how people talk about nails in the coffin, I'm not even joking when I say this. The 2011 lawsuit was the coffin itself for 4Kids.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
A year later, the actual anime studio got sold off to Konami, became Konami Cross Media NY, and they haven't really been doing much outside of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever since.
Yeah,
that's the thing. And Jimmy, you're actually quite right, because it reminds me of a lot of stuff. They did a lot of stuff in Disney World in Florida and in Universal. Now everything's shut down over there as well, mostly. We're probably filming just a few. It's similar, because they did a lot of shows up there as well. They did a lot of good shows up there as well. They did the Mickey Mouse Club around the 90s, and then they had that Jim Henson Show, which is Animal Jam, was probably one of my favorite Jim Henson shows that they ever did. I don't know if you know anything about it, or if you've heard about it, but if you don't remember, it was like a monkey and a zebra. They would host a show, and then kids would come out and dance with them. I don't know if you know what that.
That sounds awesome. I've never heard of that. Now I want to.
At this point, I wish I knew about it, but I wasn't that big on TLC outside of Haz and the Magic School Bus.
Same here. Yeah, same here. I was more of a PBS and a Noggin fan. I was more of a PBS and a Noggin fan. Maybe even a Playhouse Disney fan. I was more of those. I wasn't real big. I wish I had better respect for that show now, because it's so good. And I ripped out some of the stuff from the DVDs, from some of my DVDs that I ordered, and that's one of the things. It's just so great. there's a few episodes. If you want to check it out, it's really cool. It's a really good show. You had a few people from Sesame on there working, and you had a couple people from Disney. So it was pretty cool.
It's
Did you guys ever see Welcome to the Wayne?
Welcome to the Wayne.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's one of those shows that it's one of those Nicktoons that never really got a chance.
Whoa.
I know. Yeah. Because it was really funny, but they just didn't give us a second season, so I was bummed about that.
Oh yeah, they did not.
I'm sure you guys were pretty bummed about that, but Jesus, I can only imagine what the creator Billy Lopez felt when his show got pretty much canned. I can only imagine how he felt.
And that's why I wanted to start doing this podcast here, because I want to know more. I want to know the journey about what you all are doing. I want to know the journey about just between us fans and some things. He was Barney. I'm not a real big fan of Barney, but he Carrie Simpson was in the Barney suit.
Like the Purple Road. It's called the Purple Roads podcast, and he has gotten so many people from so many different places, from so many different shows. It's not even funny. He's he's very close to reaching his 100th episode, which is insane to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I do have but now I'm gonna see if we can try to get this character. I want to see if we can ask this character. So I want to know if you can probably do Shark. I'm pretty sure you probably can, because Shark's probably your easiest one you can do. So
right.
I want to see Shark. Maybe I can ask Shark some questions.
Okay, we can try.
So I'll just give a hello to Shark, and I'll.
Hi, Sammy. How you doing?
Hi, Shark. I am doing really good. I am doing good. How about you? How has it been since you've been on Word World?
Oh, it's been kind of slow. They don't use us for episodes anymore. But I'm doing a lot of podcasts, so that's fun.
Oh, really? Well, I do got a question. Shark, what's one of your favorite episodes? Because
favorite.
I think the one with we're actually interviewing another person that was right beside you. We're talking to him, and he actually asked, and you probably don't know who he is, but he probably he said that his favorite one was when you lost a tooth.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. It was scary though, because I didn't know what to do with my tooth.
Yeah, normally the Tooth Fairy would come. Oh my god, I also remember the part where they were singing the piano, and then Frog would come out and he got so angry at you guys. And I don't know what time was it, early in the morning, 2 in the morning. I don't know.
Mean. Yeah.
I don't know, but he was so. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Who do you miss the most? I think I know.
I miss my friend Duck.
Oh, you miss your friend Duck? Oh.
At this point, who doesn't miss Duck?
Yeah, exactly. Need more ducks in the world.
Yeah, I know. Who doesn't miss Duck? Duck was a good character. And actually, you know what? I know somebody who actually had Tyler Bunch on the show. On their show, they're called Jake's Happy Time Nostalgia. And actually, I was thinking maybe Marc, if I could get you over to his show. I can get you over to their show, because they could really use you as well.
Oh, okay, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I want to get you over to try to get you over to their show. And shout out to Jake's Happy Nostalgia. Shout out to them. Go check them out. They do pretty great. They have pretty great episodes as well. So but hey Shark, maybe I can get you back. Maybe I can get you back with your best friend Doc. Who knows? Maybe you'll reunite again.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and also Shark, I saw the episode where you were building a sand castle.
Oh, wow. Did I get the sand on my fins?
I think so, yeah. I think
I
so.
certainly hope so.
How else would I build it?
But yeah. Anyway,
Oh, man.
if
This-
we're... Go ahead, Jimmy.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. This has been a long day for me, but but this is easily worth it all.
Yes. Also, if World World was ever to come back and do a reboot, would you love to be back in it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How about you,
Those
Shock?
are
Would
really
you love
great
to see,
teams.
would you like to see your friend Duck again in Word World?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure
Where
Duck
would
would be
the
happy.
sequel?
I'm sure Duck would be happy to see you.
Yeah.
All right. So I actually got a question from. I actually want to give a shout out to another good friend of mine, Martin Krebs. He actually has some questions for you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Okay,
give
well,
some
we
questions.
we better make this quick.
Okay, and we already continued the first question. He wants to know when you started acting. I'm like, well, he's been doing it for probably 20 years, 30, I don't know. Between 20 to 30 years.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like 96 or 97. So whatever that
Okay,
is.
yeah. He also asked, do you like the original cartoon from the 80s of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah. No, I was a huge fan of the original. And that made it even more special when I got to audition and then get the role of Casey Jones. Because that was like the first cartoon I got where there was a connection to something in my childhood. You know, like it was a big deal for me. Because like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, I know they were popular, but I didn't really watch them or know much about them.
Yeah.
You know, growing up or whatever. But like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like I had those action figures. I watched that cartoon. So to get to be a part of that, and like to meet, you know, the like I think Peter Laird came to some of our sessions, yeah, and I got to meet him, and you know, so that was that was the first one of those. I've been fortunate enough to have a few, but like that was the first one where I had a major nostalgia connection, and it was a really big deal for me. So.
Wow.
And wow, you talk about coming. You talk about like for those of you who don't know. In the 1987 series, Casey Jones only appeared 5 times in all.
I didn't know. Wow.
Compare that to the 2003 show, and well, there is no comparison.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't even know that.
isn't.
That's really cool.
Yeah, there isn't. But yeah, he also asked, can you still do the voice of Kevin on TMT's Daria?
Oh yeah. All right, babe. Cool. Hey, Brittany, Daria.
All right. Oh, and he also wants to know what's your favorite Pokemon. I don't know if it's a Pokemon that you've done or if it's just a Pokemon in general.
I'll
Maybe
guess
you can
I'll
use
go
that
with
both.
Gengar because he's the most mischievous and kind of fun. So
Yeah.
Gengar.
And we answered the 6th question. How long have you been voice acting? And we said since 96, so probably over 20 years. 25.
25.
So yeah, you have had quite a journey. You have had quite a journey,
Yeah, no,
and you know,
yeah.
you might probably be my most popular one that we probably have had on here. But oh my,
cool.
but oh my gosh, it has been awesome. But anyway, could you like a few of those voice actors that we've mentioned? Do you mind if you can maybe help me get them on here? Are you still in any contact with them?
I see people from time to time. Yeah, I think everybody is, you know, super busy, so I obviously can't promise if they'll be willing to do it or not. But you know, but yeah, I see people from time to time.
Yeah, I want to know if I can probably get Veronica Taylor, because
oh wow, yeah,
I want to see if maybe I could get her.
That, Buster.
Yeah, because she's a big one, and maybe Jason Griffith. Good luck to him as well.
Yeah.
I would love to get him. I'd love to get him on.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
I would
really nice.
love
He's really
to
great.
get him on. Let's see, but yeah, I can see if I can get you on any other kinds of podcast. I would love to have you, and also maybe if you could mention me a little bit, and you know, just Talk a little, because a lot of people are going to be watching this, and they're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even know he did that." You know, I actually didn't even know you did a lot of things to Word World till I recently, you know, found that out. This maybe a few years ago, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he did more than the Commander. He did Word World." Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow.
We're
Yep.
at a 10-minute limit.
Yeah,
All right.
we're at a limit. Yeah, we're at a limit. Yeah, we need to wrap this up.
Don't worry. We still got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we do gotta wrap this up though. So yeah.
And there's only one way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
By talking about the most relevant topic on the internet that relates to Marc Thompson. And again, that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 series. And I owe that to Jay's Reviews. I need to give a huge thank you to Jay's Reviews for doing 8 separate videos on the entire series and Turtles Forever. That is impressive.
Yeah.
And something that shocks me about the 7th season is that they redesigned the characters to make them look like they did in the TMNT 2007 film. What I want to know is, were you taken aback by those redesigns, or did you just like go, whatever?
Was that the live action one? Or the
no, it was the CGI one, and you guys and they redesigned the show for the last season. You know, Back to the Sewer.
Oh yes. The future one was the one that maybe threw me for a little bit of a loop, where I was like not sure what we were doing. Yeah. Like that one was, you know, it was fun. I got to be Sterling in that, and you know, it was interesting. But that one was the one where I was like, wait, what's happening? What's going on? So,
wow.
And then, you know, I guess.
Imagine that. There you go, folks. Yeah. Confirmation.
Wow.
Even the voice actors didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, I think I maybe have like 3 more quick ones. I'm like, so did you watch any other episodes of my podcast that you saw when you were on the channel?
Me? No.
Okay, well, that's okay. That is definitely okay. And also, if anybody wants to get into voice acting, or if anybody wants to get into acting in general, what advice do you have for them?
Oh, that's a great question. I usually tell people to remember that voice acting is acting. So like, you want to really like first and foremost just focus on acting. So if that's like taking acting classes or being a part of productions in your school or you know, in community theater or whatever, that will all help you be a good voice actor, is if you can be, you know, really be in the scene and really interpret a script and understand what's going on. Yeah,
and I say practice. And yes, I think I see one of your children right there walking around. I think I see one of your children.
Yeah, he was going right,
yeah, he probably is wondering, hey, Dad, who you talking to? He's talking to some people who want to know more about entertainment. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And where can people find you on? Where can people find you on?
I'm on Twitter as Captain Ehud, and on I think on Instagram as
I looked it up. Marc Thompson is a massive Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen some of your audiobooks. But yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm a big Star Wars fan. So
but yeah, I just wanted to guys. Well, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for being on. Thank you for being on, especially you, Mr. Thompson. Thank you for being on, and who knows, I probably might have you back on. Who knows what happens?
Who knows? Anything is possible at this point.
Yeah, anything is really possible.
Well, thank you guys. It was really fun.
Yeah, I've had fun too. And I don't know who my next episode is yet. I have tried emailing people. I don't know who my next episode is yet, but we do have some people from the Henson Company coming. We're going to be having John Kennedy really soon, probably sometime in March. We're going to be having John Kennedy.
Oh wow.
Who was one of the puppeteers.
And we're going to be having a very special puppeteer.
Yes.
From Animal Jam,
yes.
Which we won't say just yet, but just keep in mind.
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah, I think I probably already mentioned this, so we're just gonna go ahead and say his name. His name is Ricky Boyd. We're gonna be having him in May to celebrate the 20th anniversary of them filming the show Animal Jam. So.
Wow.
That
And
would
if
be
I think
something.
That's
go back-
awesome.
And
And
just make sure.
go back together.
Yeah.
Remember how you said you wanted to be an animator, Mark?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out, in his spare time, Ricky Boyd actually is an animator.
All right.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really something. But hey, man, thank you for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate
Sure.
that, Mark. And Jimmy, thank you for being a
Yeah.
co-host.
Oh, no problem, dude. I loved this. This was the best part of my day by far.
All right, thank you. This is
All
probably the
right.
best time. This is probably my favorite podcast. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for watching. And
What the hell? One more time for the road, Mark. Goongala! Goongala!
yeah.
Gogala, Gogala.
Yeah. All right, and we will see everybody I will see everybody in the next episode of Entertainment Treasure Talk with Samuel. All right, see you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye guys, thank you.